I don't see a way past this barrier. Not around here, anyhow.
There must be a way through. I'm sure of it.
Toasty!
I assume you address me. Good. No use in
Heimerheim, of course. The winter realm of the land of Fairy. At which winter worlds have you been weekending, if not Heimerheim? I admit it with a weighty heart. I am weary. I am worried. I, William Wellington McWishingwell, am not well at all. I was snatched by the wild and wicked Winter King, Boreas the Wretch, and oh, how I wish there were, dear wanderer. This woeful abode is sealed fast, and can only... Were there another entrance into this winterland, however, you might be able to help. Wherever your wanderings may take you, remember, if you find a new way into the winterland, don't forget your friend, Willie. The wily Winter King used a wicked scroll to steal me. Perhaps if you found that scroll, you could use it to whirl me home to Wally. I believe he'll keep it among his other valuables, to wit, the treasure room. Oh, my Wily, oh Wally, what a wonderful well is he! Won't you give... Would that I could whoosh after him myself! Well, as you wish. I was snatched by the wild and wicked. Oh, would that I could... Very well, very well.
Well, what do you wish to say? Words are like wine, you know. Will them well, or would that I could. But without my dear brother, I'm a woeful wisp of my former wonderment. I'm Walter Wellington McWishingwell. Well met. It was that my brother William, I wonder, would you be willing to take a... I can teleport you to... Well, you know where to find me when you wish to go. I wish you well.
Into the fray once more.
What? It's not because I'm a white rabbit that I'm going to lead you down a magical rabbit hole. Anyway, it ain't holes around here, it's wells.
May the goddess guide you through the forest and keep you safe. Beware of the lost ones out there, Wanderer. Their blood is impure.
Ah, the Source Hunter. It is my greatest pleasure to announce to you that we Immaculates have captured the feared White Witch and quarantined her house of horrors. Yes, the greatest known threat to Rivellon has been neutralized, thanks in no small part to you, Source Hunter. Your activities in Sicil drove the snake to her den, and that's where we Immaculates sprang our trap. I am a proud Immaculate, sworn to use my summoner's expertise in service of the goddess's one way and the greater good. No? And yet you were investigating the murder of Sicil's Councillor Jake, were you not? It was she, the damnable sorcerer, who was responsible for the noble councillor's death. Yes, her wicked conjury was potent, but still, the goddess's soldiers prevailed. With the power of her divinity in our swords and staves, we've permanently subdued the fiend. Every Immaculate honors the memory of that noble man, but I am sworn on my life to guard this quarantine. I serve a higher authority than yours, and will not waver in my duty. I've heard your kind could be particularly, persuasive. Go on then, Source Hunter. But please tell no Immaculate I let you pass, or it will be my life.
I sense enemies nearby.
Are you so desperate for company that you've taken to befriending fungi? Well, we're glad to hear it. It's quite a lovely sort of barrier, isn't it? Who doesn't enjoy a gentle, breezy motion against one's backside after all? Then again, we suspect it's been hoisted up by some not-so-savoury characters, and we happen to know just how to remove it. The only trouble is finding the right sort of clever, sort of intrepid sort of person to entrust such a secret to. Here's what we propose. We've a fresh batch of 3 brain teasers hot off our thinking caps. Perhaps, if you can answer them correctly, we might find you spirited enough to entrust with the barrier's deepest, darkest secrets. But it isn't all fun and games. We hardly offer second chances to the beriddled. If you give us a single false answer, we'll clam up like morning glories at midnight. So, do you have what it takes? This is better news than the Orc Queen misplacing her thumbscrew. But enough delays. Let us begin. Your first riddle begins that the ravenous brute tore down my chartreuse gown, ripped out my silken hair by its roots, wrenched my children from me, and fed me to the hogs. Who am I?
An ear of corn.
That's right.
Bravo, bravo, bravissimo! An ear of corn indeed. Can you imagine a sheep in a chartreuse gown? A pumpkin with silken hair? The fantasies of a fool. Now, on to our second riddle. And this one's sure to stump you. I cannot lie, I cannot lay, but only lie. Who am I?
A politician.
That's right.
Ha! We knew we weren't to be bested. There's no riddler among us like a fungus. You were a kindly dunce, but we're afraid our gills are sealed nonetheless. Sorry, but that Are you so desperate for company that you've taken to... It's quite a... Then again, here's what... But it isn't all fun and games. This is better news than the ravenous...
An ear of corn.
That's right. An ear of corn fits perfectly.
Bravo! Bravo! Bravissimo! An ear of corn indeed. Can you imagine a sheep in a chartreuse gown? A pumpkin with silken hair? The fantasies of a fool. Now, on to our second riddle. I cannot lie, I cannot lay, but only lie. Who am I?
A stone.
Are you mad? The answer is a politician.
I gave my answer much thought and assure you I am correct.
But you look so very alluring when you're agreeing with me.
No, we'll do as I say.
You've done it again! I'm thrilled. I'm amazed. I'm liable to present the very last riddle. This one, I've a neck as long as twice the width of a toad's tail, as many eyes as half the number of seasons per annum. I'm known to cause hurricanes in the Far East merely by taking off 2 minutes too late. Who am I? good, very good. The last person who tried to solve that riddle puffed away in a small impish huff, mumbling about space-time. But not you. You stuck it out until the very end, you crafty little so-and-so. So, what would you like to know? One thing we know for certain. This barrier doesn't belong here. The wizard Maradino knew as much when he started poking around here. He developed a spell to remove it, but his fancy was caught elsewhere before he bothered to implement it. Down the spell dropped, and up we scooped it. Unfortunately, we aren't quite human enough to get it to work. But you've proven yourself just the right sort of clever, sort of intrepid sort of person we'd love to entrust such a secret to. We thought you'd never ask. What would you like to know? Some call her the Guardian of Lucula, and by our estimations, she's more than earned the title. She's a healing witch, concerned mostly with the safety of the living souls, animals and plants alike, of this forest. And she's been here since even before our great-great-great-great-grandmother, Francisca Toadstool the 44th, can recall. We've long lodged adjacent to her little cabin, and she used to greet us with a "How do you do?" every morning. We do hope she's not entangled in anything unsavoury. What a shame it'd be if someone with a penchant for heavy-handed hoe-wielding moved in. Murder? That doesn't sound like her at all, no. Much more interested in patching things up than tearing them down, that one. Then again, it's hard to tell on what stalk a person truly stands until you've seen them at the end of their rope. Isn't that so? We suppose if someone held a sword to our caps, we'd fight them with every last spore we had. Somewhere in her cabin, as far as we know. The last we saw her, she and her apprentice Almina were rushing inside, whispering to one another. They seemed rather anxious. Perhaps they knew that those Immaculates were on their trail. A group of them followed some time after and erected the barrier around the cabin. We haven't seen the White Witch or Almina since. Oh, somehow we doubt that very much. Have you ever seen a dragon's pajamas? A rat in a Sunday hat? No, Source Hunter. We do believe this life hasn't finished surprising you. Not in the least.
I've spotted something interesting.
addressing us? One thing we know for certain, down the spell dropped, and up we scooped it. Oh, Sam, we thought you'd never ask. Some call her, and she's been... We do hope she's murder. Then again, it's hard to tell on what's...
Ooh, the pain. Demons take or bend it. I bless your heart merely to suggest it, my friend. But you'll need powerful magic indeed to cure this devilish gas. I've heard they dabble in healing rituals in Silverglen, which is, ironically, the very place we're unable to reach, us three.
To think of all the clothes I left behind in Hunter's
Please don't
Edge.
leave us to our own
All the
devices, your
jewels and
knightship.
trinkets.
Heed our call for assistance.
Hell, take the orcs. I can't believe we're...
How are you holding up, my sweet? You're not too
A
tired?
bloodstone? Then it is in your power to heal me. Will you?
Close my eyes in the middle of Lucula Forest? Chances are I'll never open them again. No, we must remain vigilant. Please don't leave us to our own devices, your knightship. Heed our call
Think
for
of
assistance.
all the clothes I left behind in Hunter's Edge. All the jewels and trinkets. Oh, hell, take the orcs.
We have the means to save this animal, and so we shall.
That would be the kind thing to do.
My word. Oh, this is marvellous. Nay, miraculous.
As powerful as it is sinister.
Dearest Alfie, how brave you were.
Into the fray once more.
Suffer for it. There, you kindly old... What do you say, your knightship? Will you escort us to Silverglen? We are your knightship. With Alfie healed, we're raring to go.
Silverglen.
Right you are, Sir Knight. Glen! I can see the watchtowers! We're almost there!
Save me! Oh, do save me!
Away from me, fiend! Away!
I'm fat and fleet of foot! I'm invincible! Save me! Oh, do save me!
Away from me, fiend! Away!
Away from me, fiend! Away!
Ah! Someone help me! Please!
Eternal silence awaits you!
ps7, I am restored!
Beware of the lost ones out there, Wanderer. Their blood is impure.
Silver Glen! We did it! Oh, you did it! Oh, Mara, my love! Truly have we been delivered. You live, Alfie lives, and I do too. Oh, joyous hour. I still can't believe it. Silver Glen! What is to become of us here, I wonder? Oh, but I know, don't I? A blacksmith I was in Hunter's Edge, and a blacksmith I'll remain, for such is my one purpose in life. Aye, come what may, your knightship, I thank you for standing by me, by us, during our hour of need. I thank you.
My champion, my healer and protect. Oh, I'm doing dandy. Thank you for asking. My wound is quite healed. Oh, little adventure.
Oh, yes, you are.
My champion, my healer. Oh, little adventure hasn't. Oh, my champion, my healer and protector. How delightful it is to see you again.
My, I see you up here. I'm swell and settled here in Silver. Oh, he's doing peachy, as am I.
Welcome, your knightship. Oh, be welcome indeed. I've a song in my heart and a spring in my step, my liege. I've had orcs on my tail and bandits to boot, and yet I live. How can... Oh, the smithy's doing grandly, your knightship. Thanks to your valiant rescue of Alfie, I haven't had to abandon my most valuable gear, which means my products are up to the high standards you may expect from Bjorn Stoutborn, for such is my name and such is my reputation.
like your best work there, dear. You're tired, aren't you? I told you you'd be.
Please, Mara. Must you bother me at every turn?
Don't work too hard now, dearest. You've been hammering away for hours.
For the love of the gods, Mara, let it go. Oh, you're a good boy, aren't you, Alfie? Bandit slayer of mine. Oh, yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Don't work too hard now, dearest. You've been hammering away for hours.
Please, Mara. Must you bother me at every turn? Oh, you're a good boy, aren't you, Alfie? Bandit slayer of mine. Oh, yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Remember to take a break now and again, Bjorn. You know what the doctor said.
For the love of the gods, Mara, let it go.
Don't work too hard now, dearest. You've been hammering away for hours.
Please, Mara. Must you bother me at every turn?
Don't work too hard now, dearest. You've been hammering away for hours.
Mara, my sweet, I do wish you'd stop interrupting me. hungry, Alfie. Oh, I hope you are, because you're getting a whole cow just for you.
Don't work too hard now, dearest. You've been hammering away for hours.
For the love of the gods, Mara, let it go.
That doesn't look like your best work there, dear. You're tired, aren't you? I told you you'd be.
Mara, my sweet, I do wish you'd stop interrupting me. It was so good of you to drop by, my liege. As always, be welcome. She's alive and kicking, my liege, just like she always...
That doesn't look like your best work there, dear. You're tired, aren't you? I told you you'd be.
Mara, my sweet, I do wish...